exposing to sunlight gives us vitamin D, that's what I heard, but I don't know when to expose, how much to expose, whether to expose or not, whether indoor, whatever light comes, is that sufficient? Of course, I don't know.
Okay. Okay, vitamin D and sunlight. Okay. Fine. So, just something very interesting I want to mention here. So, we all wonder about, we're all human beings, we're all the same species, but our skin color is so different. And why is that? Well, vitamin D has a big role to play in that. So, we all, of course, humans began in Africa, right at the equator. So, so we all evolved from apes, our ancestors. So if you actually shave a chimpanzee, one of our common ancestors, you will see that its skin has no pigmentation. It's as white as an albino. Only its face is pigmented. That's because, to begin with, animals don't have pigmentation normally on the skin, most of them, at least primates. That's because if there is pigmentation, one cannot absorb sunlight to produce vitamin D. So once we shed all our hair, when we were in Africa, there was too much sunlight. So what's the problem with too much sunlight? It can cause skin cancers. So we developed a lot of pigmentation. So we were black. So the Africans from Africa migrated first. There were two waves of migration. One group of people migrated to India. So if you see in India, right from the northern latitudes to the southern latitude, there's a variation in the amount of sunlight that is incident. The more you go towards the north, there is a lesser amount of ultraviolet rays being incident, which means there's a less amount of vitamin D synthesis happening, which is why people living in northern latitudes, ethnically speaking, are lighter skin. As you go towards the equator, you're darker skin. Another group of people from Africa moved to Europe, more close to the equator. Yeah. So another group of people migrated from Bihar to Australia. So when did this happen? This happened during the last ice age. During the ice age, we are all collected by land. All these land masses were connected because the oceans were frozen. There was a continuous land mass right from India till Australia. In fact, even now when you check the genetic makeup of the Australian aboriginals, they resemble those of current day Biharis. So we have our own relatives living in Australia, the originals. Of course, when the ice age got over, the ocean separated all the land masses. So one group of people from India went there. Another group of people migrated from India, from the northern part of India to China. Again, they had to lose their pigmentation because they're going north in the northern direction. And from China, they entered North America. Okay. And from North America, they came down to South America. So if you compare the North Americans and the South Americans, they have similar looking features. So the people in the Northern America, the actual Native Americans, are lighter skinned than the ones who are living in Southern America, because Southern America has the equator passing through it. So it's all because of vitamin D. Too much pigmentation means less vitamin D that's being produced. So a lot of Indians living in Europe, they have vitamin D deficiencies because of their skin color. Now, coming to the question of how much skin exposure must happen for one to have vitamin D production, this is never asked to me by my patients because they come with problems that they have because of sun exposure. Sun exposure is good for vitamin D production, but it also causes tanning. So, my advice is always, avoid sun exposure, take vitamin D supplements if your vitamin D levels are low.
Okay. So vitamin D supplements should be good enough.
That should be good enough because I don't think in a pigment conscious society, people are more concerned about vitamin D supplementation naturally through production naturally through sun exposure. They're more concerned about their skin tone.
Okay. Thank you, doctor. It was very, very nice talking to you, and I am very sure many will benefit with the knowledge that you shared. Thank you, doctor.
Thank you very much for allowing me to be on this platform.